welcome to this week's video, Faith United Youth and anyone else who wants to join us today. Today, our series is asking a really interesting question. Once again, we're doing a series done by Sanctified Art that has just been incredible. And the entire series is called I've Been Meaning to Ask. And it's inviting us into deeper conversation with one another to truly get to know one another and how we can help, how we can bring healing, how we can be God's hands in this world. This week, we are asking, where do you go from here? This is a really fitting question, as this is going to be my last video. This is my last day here at the church, and I will try not to get emotional as I do this, although not doing well with that just yet. We're looking at Ruth this week. And Ruth is an incredible short little book. I encourage you to read it if you haven't read it. It's a really, really beautiful story. Ruth is married to a man. She has a mother-in-law named Naomi. And truly, this book is called Ruth. It's really about Naomi and Ruth, almost more Naomi in certain parts. Naomi's husband dies. Her sons die. She is left with two daughters-in-law, and she is living away from where she was raised, and so she decides she wants to go back to her people once her husband and her sons are dead. And she says to her daughters-in-law, go back to your people. I have nothing left to offer you. Even if I were to have another son, like, first off, it's not possible. And by the time they're, old enough to marry you, to kind of take you the place, which is what was customary in those times, they would have, it would have not worked. They would have been too old for them. So she said, there's nothing left for you here. So one of her daughters-in-law goes home to be back with her people so she could kind of have a fresh start again. The other one does not, and that is Ruth. And she says to Naomi, where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your God will be my God, and your people will be my people. And it's the story of Naomi and Ruth and their journey and how God ended up blessing them. And ultimately, it's from Ruth that Jesus comes. It's from her family line. She's an ancestor of Jesus. Where do we go from here? I want to talk to you a little bit about my journey, my personal journey for this, my last video. So I have been very blessed to work at Faith United these last several years, 4+ years. And James has been here for 5, maybe more, as the modern worship leader. And it's been an incredible ride. We have met so many beautiful people. The students I have absolutely adored, getting to know them, hanging out with them, talking to them, teaching. And this year has been crazy. It's really funny because, we do the word thing at the beginning of the year, and the word for the year, it's basically where you say, like, okay, what's my word for the year gonna be? And sometimes you can pray about it and see what God says. Sometimes you can just kind of choose one that's what you're gonna be focusing on. And I have never been a big word of the year person, and yet we always do that as a staff. But when the staff did that this year, I was out on leave from my first surgery, and yet I kind of thought, well, they're probably going to ask me when I go back, so like I better think about it and pray about it. And the word that came to my mind was transition. Looking back on that, it floors me, because truly a year of transition. I knew that there would be transition with us coming back to in-person. At that time we were all remote. I knew that it would be a transition with certain things. Eden is starting kindergarten this year. Elijah is starting middle school. I knew that there were going to already be some kind of built-in transitions. I had no idea that God would be leading us in this direction in a way. But I feel like I can truly say to God, where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. And God is leading us away. one of the many cuts that the pandemic brought in jobs and in the job market was James, and he experienced that. And so for the past while, he has been looking at what is next for him. And the longer that process has gone with recruiters and different things, the more it's become evident that where it is going is it's not going to be tenable anymore for us to do church work. Church work is amazing. It's beautiful. Ministry is great. And we will continue in ministry in all the ways that we can in our personal lives because God has given certain giftings, but no longer in a career capacity. I guess that's the best way to say it. But it's very arduous. It is long days, and it takes a lot of time and energy and nights and weekends, and you never know when there's going to be a need, and you're essentially kind of almost on call at all points in time. And so the more we thought about it, the more we prayed about it, we realized that that would not be sustainable for James to be able to actually do the job that he has before him, and that I would need to take on more of a role at home. I want you to know that I am not upset about that. I actually, before about 10 years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom for a little while, and I really enjoy it. I like to do those things. I like to be domestic. I don't feel like no one is telling me, like, stay home and do the dishes. That's not what this is. But I'm actually really looking forward to being able to spend some time with my kids, and to be able to just truly focus on them and on taking care of things around here so that James can really have the opportunity that he needs to shine and to focus. And I'm excited about it. We have spent many hours praying, talking, discerning, and we genuinely feel like this is from God and that he is leading us on. And so I hope that as you hear this news, that you will feel that as well. I know everyone that we have talked to has been very encouraging and supportive, and I think that it's very evident and clear that God is in this. And so there is, no animosity. We are leaving in love, and I hope that you can also feel that. As I've been telling everyone, I am still here. I'm still around. Everybody has my number. If anybody needs anything, I will still be praying for you and encouraging you and supporting you. And so with all of that being said, thank you for this opportunity to serve, to be in your midst, and to hopefully teach you something and encourage you. And I just am so grateful for the work that God has put before us at Faith, and I'm so grateful for the next chapter for Faith and for the next person. And I hope that you will treat them in the same beautiful way that you have treated us. And for that, we are eternally grateful. So thank you for watching my videos and for having fun with us when we do silly things. And may God bless you once again and always. Thanks again.